Hey, my friend, this is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. On this episode, I want to talk to you about how to reduce the cost of learning curve. Okay, uh, just in case you don't know what learning curve is, essentially when you start a new endeavor, uh, there are mistakes. There's going to be obstacles and things that will pretty much get in your way to getting result as fast as possible. Okay, but solely because you are doing it for the first time. Okay, you're learning it, right? But there's a learning curve. There's a price to be paid for learning something for the first time. Okay, so it doesn't come easy. Nothing worthwhile comes easy, right? So even after taking courses, after buying, after there's a lot of stuff. There's just, as usual, lots of variables that, as human beings, we don't get to control. For example, if it's going to be sunny today, we don't get to control that. It's going to be rainy today, we don't get to control that. Believe it or not, I'm actually not talking about the physical rain or sun. I'm talking about all type of rains and sun and storms in our business. But even physically, there are businesses that get affected by that. You don't know what kind of disease is going to enter into your business and pretty much eat up every seeds in the business, right? And market shift, all these things, right? So when you're dealing with them for the first time, if it's your first rodeo, it comes with a price. It's called the learning curve. So your job is to be aware. Hopefully, by listening to this or watching this, you're aware now that it's a learning curve. There's a problem you're going through that even somebody told you how to fix it, you still won't know how to fix it unless you experience it, right? How do you reduce that? Okay. See, formal education cannot help you reduce that, right? Going to take a certification test will not help you reduce that, right? Being the smartest is definitely not going to reduce that, right? Definitely, you need humility and this kind of things. What you need is actually a mentor. Okay. So the question is that how do you recognize a good mentor? Okay. How do you recognize a good mentor? There are multiple factors that makes up a good mentor, but the number one for me personally is the vibe. Your vibe need to align with that person. You need to feel solid about that person. Okay? You need to feel solid about working with that person. Okay? So the number one thing is make sure the vibe is right. The vibe you're feeling from that mentor is right. Um, when I say that, uh, for example, if somebody chooses me as a mentor, some people are comfortable having me as a mentor, and there's somebody that's just simply not comfortable having me as a mentor for whatever reason. It doesn't matter what the reason is. The bottom line is that we shouldn't work together. Me and the person that's not comfortable working with me, for whatever reason, even before they get to know me, people prejudge like that. That's just the reality of it. If you prejudge a mentor and your spirit doesn't align, then find another mentor. So that's the number one and probably the most important thing for me personally. Okay, and obviously you want your mentor to be accessible. Okay, so that's the second most important thing for you here. You want it to be accessible. There are mentors that I have that are not accessible, and I'm not talking about those type of mentors. Okay, there's a type of mentor that you have just by reading their book, their books, right? They release books every time, and you read them, right? So, for example, my mother reads book from Joel Osteen all the time. Joel Osteen, the guy from Lakewood Church in Houston, Texas, and that's a mentor, but you don't have to meet that kind of mentor. But when you're trying to build a business, you're trying to get your hands on experience, right? You need a mentor. And that's also going to allow you to feed off of the credibility of that mentor. So, in other words, you need a mentor that has a good reputation in the marketplace. Okay? You need that. You need to have that in place because you'll be able to tap off of that person's reviews, their credibility, the trust factor that they have in the marketplace. You'll be able to say, I learned from that person, and they'll be like, you learned from him? All right, you're hired. That's what you're looking for, okay? The last time I experienced something like that, somebody told me, oh, they learned from somebody, and I decided that, oh, you learn from that guy. I don't want to work with you. All right? So it could work in the opposite direction as well, too, right? So How to reduce your learning curve is by finding the right mentor. Okay, so you need those three things. The vibe has to be right. They need to be accessible. Okay, the vibe has to be right. They need to be accessible. All right, and you want somebody that has credibility and a good reputation in the marketplace. Those are my top three that I worry about if I'm looking for a mentor for anything new that I'm trying to get into. And having a mentor is a must, a physical mentor that can help you move a lot faster through the learning curve, because learning curves are real. Let me give you another example of learning curve. I was just setting up a campaign on Bing, and I just noticed for the first time that for the past few days I had it set on the wrong setting for geo-targeting, right? That's a learning curve. That's because I'm setting up that campaign for the first time. There's a cost to that. That actually cost me over $100. So I was sharing it with another partner of mine, and he disclosed to me that that same mistake actually cost him $15,000. Yes. So your learning curve costs actual money. So you want to make sure you reduce it as much as possible. Find a good mentor. I'll see you on the next episode, and peace. Discover how to make $5,000 to $82,000 per month from flipping real estate in your backyard, even if you're on a shoestring low budget. No cash, credit, or experience required. Just simply go to www.reflipcoach.com. Hey, do you want my steps to six-figure PDF? Do you want that? Do you want my free ebook on how to make six figures income in simple steps? Simply go to networkmarketing2show.com. networkmarketing2show.com.